This is Talk on the Block. This is Matt. Hope you're ready to talk. A serious rally. At the People's Park. As those in society continue to fight the scourge of child abuse. On the weekend, we heard the pastor of the Trinity Baptist Church, Randy Rodney, saying that the church must rise and be cool but deadly against child abuse. He said, quote, "The world must know that we ain't taking crap or talking crap. Must know that we stand where we stand and we ain't moving." On the line with me at this time, Pastor Randy Rodney. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Matt, and good afternoon to your listeners. How are you doing? I didn't see you at the rally, Matt Peltier.
No, I couldn't make it on Saturday, but my spirit was with you, man. Don't you worry.
All right, then.
How would you describe the activity on Saturday?
I thought we had a well put together rally. The presenters, the solidarity messages, the support was very, very good. I thought that many more Dominicans were upset or are upset about child abuse, and they would have showed up. Nonetheless, we thought that we had a very good showing in consideration of the atmosphere that we are in Dominica, and we had a great rally.
Where do you go from here?
Well, we're going to sit, Matt. We have done two of the steps that we proposed at our meeting. We wrote to the government, carbon copied to the leader of the opposition, the Dominican National Council of Women, and the NGO coalition with certain proposals. We haven't had a response. But our second step was the rally. We're going to sit down and look at where we are and what is happening. And we can assure you that we are not just going to do something like we say in Dominica, two show, two flam, but we're going to make sure that there is continuity and consistency until those who have the legal authority really make a decision to do something to help reduce that scourge of child abuse in our country.
On Friday, you said, Pastor, that you had written to the Prime Minister, and you're waiting a response from him on child abuse. Share that with us.
Our letter was dated March 16th, Matt, and I hand-delivered the letter to the Prime Minister's office myself. So I have no mistake about the letter being lost in the mail or anything like this. I delivered the letter to one of the Prime Minister's security detail at his office. And the request from the coalition of pastors was that we should have had a response, some sort of response from the Prime Minister or the Prime Minister's office by April 1, 2016. Today is April 18th, which is 32 days after our letter was delivered. And like I have mentioned, we have not had an acknowledgement. Now, that for us can be interpreted in many, many ways. However, we are pastors, we are godly people, and we are going to take the road that Jesus would take. We are going to persist in ensuring that we keep in the fore this matter. We are aware that politicians in the region have a new tactic of dealing with matters. They go quiet on it, hoping that it will disappear. And once it disappears, then nothing is done about it. Well, this one will not disappear. And even when the politicians go quiet about it, we ourselves will not go quiet. I'll tell you something. We have resources. We have people in the region and further afield where we are gathering the necessary information. We are looking at, for example, the legislation in various countries, and we will make the proposal to government. And if government, as a government side, will not propose the legislative changes, once we have our legal heads in the region look at it and forward that to us, we will submit it to a parliamentarian or parliamentarians, or whichever parliamentarian is willing to table it in Parliament on behalf of the people. Because we believe Parliament is the people's business. And we will work through the various constituencies and various parliamentarians if we have to do that. But we are going to keep making sure that that matter, as well as other matters, find themselves on the priority agenda of the government.
Pastor Rodney, I'm going to ask a question here. Between 2010 and 2015, we're getting reports of some 900 cases of child abuse recorded in Dominica, with 80% falling under the category of sex abuse. Pastor Rodney, do you think, that we are really serious about fighting this scourge? Somebody just WhatsApped me a message here. Just a few weeks ago, we heard of a women's group that came up in force as it relates to this sex abuse scandal or child abuse cases, and they seem very serious. In recent weeks, this person is sending me a message to say, what has happened to this group? Suddenly they have gone silent. So that's why I'm asking the question, are we serious? I don't know what it is. Maybe they can report for themselves. Are we really serious about fighting this?
Matt Peltier, fighting anything in Dominica is an uphill, frustrating battle. And it's uphill and frustrating because, like I said, we have a new culture in our region where people in lead authority believe that if they dismiss you and go quiet, then you yourself will have no choice but to go quiet. But I've often said it that way. In democracies like ours, the power is not in the hands of the people who hold the office. The power and authority lies in the hand of the people. Now, I am aware that the people in authority in various jurisdictions have used the power of the economy to rule people and to railroad them into silence and in a corner. Well, I'll tell you something about that, man. Eventually, at some point, people will begin to get out and speak out. And I want you to know this. If it's not persistent, then it will die. Go back to the history of Martin Luther and the civil rights movement in America. It did not just get to where we know it got overnight. It took some time to get there. It took some education. It took some persistency. It took some fighting. But eventually, the legislation got there. Look at South Africa and the whole question of apartheid. It didn't happen overnight, Matt Peltier, but it happened when you have people who are determined, people who know what they are, and people who have suffered, who will come out and speak. And I can guarantee you this. There are many women in our society, many, not 2 or 3, who have suffered under this, who are now being bold enough. Some of them are married and their husbands are with them. Some of them are not married and their boyfriends are with them, who are bold enough now to say, this man in high office abused me when I was 11. This man in this office abused me when I was 15. There are people who have children by women who were underage when they had those children. But this thing is going to blow up, and it's going to blow up so nasty that the people who think that they're going to be quiet on it, they'll be embarrassed by the quietness. The people who coalesce with those who have done these acts and who think that by going quiet it will go away, listen, Matt, it's going to blow up so bad. There is a phrase they talk about things hitting the fan. This one will hit the fan, not if, but or maybe. I'll tell you why, Matt. People are hurting. And when people are hurting, eventually they explode. And when they explode sometimes, they explode in the worst way. And so I do not think whoever is advising the authorities is advising them well. Because they need to know that when people hurt at some point, they're going to explode. And when they explode in that manner, I'll tell you something, everything comes out.
So Pastor, you're saying that people are beginning to come forward, huh?
Matt Peltier, I can tell you in the last few months, I'm one counselor, and I know endless counselors have done it, but as a counselor myself, in my capacity, over the last few months, since the unveiling, and I notice I've been using the word unveiling, because it has been there for some time, the unveiling of this matter, I have counseled 7 adult women who have been abused, who in some cases their husbands are behind them. And I can tell you that the waters are beginning to be stirred as far as that is concerned. And so other names one of those days will begin to be revealed. Some of the people who are hiding behind their desks now and their offices and their office doors and the nomenclature on their doors, some of those names you will begin to hear, Matt, will be revealed very soon. And some people who don't think they should deal with it now will not have a choice but to deal with it. Let me tell you one more thing. Some people who are not dealing with it now is because they themselves will be implicated in some of those issues. And I make bold to make that statement. Some who are not dealing with it now, who should be dealing with it, they are not dealing with it because some of them will be implicated in some of those issues. Some people are now not taking any monies because they realize that I've been hurting, I've pained. This thing is destroying lives. People come to my office all the time, man. I have to deal with people all the time. And I am not the only counselor dealing with these people.
But you realize, to being realistic, that some of it has a lot to do with the economics of today's reality.
But that is exactly the point. But I'll tell you something. The people are beginning to realize that $500, $50,000 is not enough and cannot suffice for the pain that they are still experiencing. When you have, for example, Matt Peltier, a lady who's now married, right, for years, who's still hurting and crying in pain over something that happened to her 16 years ago, 14 years ago, do you think that $50,000 could keep her quiet now? It can't. It can't. And that is the issue. Now, there are others who will try to tell them, no, just deal with it quietly. Some of them can't. And they are now screaming. They are screaming, and they are screaming loudly. There are some people who are trying to hush them up because of the names they know that will be spoken of. The truth is, when people are hurting, they eventually explode, my friend.
I want to say good afternoon to you, Pastor Rodney, and keep the fight alive.
Have a very good afternoon, Matt.
Thank you very much. Let's take another phone call there, 1:19 in the afternoon. Pastor Randy Rodney and some of the pastors held a big rally there in Roseau on the issue of child abuse. Hello.
Good afternoon, Matt Peltier.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to your listeners. Matt, first of all, Matt, let me shout out blessings and extend my good old friend. I hope he's doing better, and I hope he's doing well. I also want to shout out Osborne Revere, a longtime friend of mine. I hope he's doing well. And, of course, the Honorable Patrick John and Mr. Vic Revere. I hope they're all doing better. Matt, I want to commend and congratulate Pastor Rodney and his group for the efforts they have made at highlighting the scourge that has destroyed so many lives in Dominica and continue to destroy lives, Matt. And I want to say to Pastor Randy Rodney that I, too, am aware of some of those big names that will come up in time, Matt, when this thing bursts. And it should burst soon, Matt. Matt, one of the first things you do to control people is to impoverish them, Matt. Matt, you reduce them to abject poverty. And then they have no choice but to do whatever is necessary to survive. Human beings being what they are, they will do what it takes to survive. Matt, it is not by accident, Matt, that this country has been impoverished. It is not by accident, Matt, that the agricultural sector has been decimated. It is not by accident that the manufacturing is disappearing. It is not by accident, Matt, that a financial services sector that was coming on stream, Matt, has been decimated. It is not by accident, Matt, that even the tourism industry is going by the way, Matt. Matt, the only thing we have going for us now, Matt, is the sale of diplomatic and regular passports to crooks and criminals, prostitution of our young people, and pornography. This is what our economy is like. Our Prime Minister has made himself salesman-in-chief for Kapinski Hotel. And the question I want to ask him is, are you only a salesman or are you part owner of the Kapinski Hotel? Because this is nowhere, no other Prime Minister anywhere in the universe, has become a salesman of his country's passport. And no other Prime Minister anywhere in the world, Matt, have I ever seen literally going out of his way to sell passports, Matt, deliver them himself. A lot of people keep talking about, oh, government can do everything. When it comes to trade and those sort of things, Matt, it is the government responsibility to create the environment for trade and the private sector to prosper, Matt. Matt, you remember the late Ron Brown that was, he was Commerce Secretary under Bill Clinton, Matt? Under President Bill Clinton? You know, he died in a plane crash on a trip with a set of businessmen. What was he doing, Matt? On a mission to generate business for the United States of America, Matt. So when people sit down and say, well, we expect the government to do everything, it is the responsibility of the government. They don't produce anything. All they are supposed to do is create the environment for the economy to grow, Matt. But instead, what are they doing, Matt? They're not only subverting the institutions that are there to support that function, you know, Matt. They are destroying the various sectors of the economy, piece by piece. What they leave? Poverty, young people who must prostitute themselves to survive, Matt. And they're the same people who create this environment. They are the abusers in chief of these children. Matt, this is a scourge. This is a crime that we cannot let go unpunished. And I'm calling on every civic-minded Dominican, whether you red, pink, green, or blue, Matt. This is our children, the future of the country, Matt. Matt, you remember what they did to Father Lafleur, Matt? You remember the lady claimed that he touched her behind when she was on the age, Matt.
Her breast.
That he lost his priesthood, right?
Yes.
So, Matt, what are we doing when children actually have been sexually abused by these big shots in high places, and we sit down there making joke and laughing and talking a whole bunch of foolish, blaming everybody but the people that are doing it, and running around with all kind of Nancy gimmicks and telling you about let the law handle it. Matt, let me tell you something, Matt. I think Dominicans are too tolerant, because I could tell you, the other night I hear some stupid woman say about, oh, my daughter in Dominica. I don't know where she got that from, but I could tell them I have a granddaughter in Dominica. And may God help any one of these bastards that think they can even make them uncomfortable, Matt. Just make that little girl uncomfortable, Matt. And I don't care what the military arm of the Labour Party. I don't care. They can be whatever they want, Matt. They may not take me alive when I'm finished. Good luck.
1:26 the afternoon time. We're coming back after this.
I hear my mother shouting, "Boy, you no good. Why you so worthless? You just like you're no good father. I'll beat that badness out of you once and for all. Boy, I fed up if you know." All the violence we do to small children, the beating, the shouting, the putting down, the insult. Is my father not guilty for treating my mother so callous and causing all this anger to build up inside her?
You heard it. The emotional story view from the prison van featuring Montgomery Richards. Come to the Arawak House of Culture on Friday 22nd April from 7:30 p.m. to see the drama come alive. Participate in a panel discussion on the root cause of violence, our role in breaking the cycle. Get your opportunity to lend your voice to breaking the cycle of violence. Bring the entire family. Entrance is free. Come learn as we move to change lives. An activity of the OECS USA Juvenile Justice Reform Project, Arawak House of Culture, Friday 22nd April, 7:30 p.m. Let's give priority to a serious issue.
But if only somebody could save my children. I don't want them to end up like me. God, I am praying for myself now. But send somebody to save my children.
The Granby Village Council alongside DJ Cell and Kubuli Chebesau present Fek Easy Door Chauffeur Volume 3 at 4 corners in Mabouche, Granby this Friday from 8 p.m. Well, the chauffeurs start to pick up speed. Your only can go this Friday. Blackout Song, the Sea Orchestra, and your very own homegrown Midnight Groovers. All these powered by GX Song. Make sure you're fit and ready, cause we're taking it at 4 corners in Mabouche, Granby for Easy Door Chauffeur Volume 3. Imagine all this will be carried live on DBS Radio and Kairi FM. Kubuli free for 10 and lots of prizes and surprises awaits you. So this Friday at 4 corners in Mabouche, Granby from 8 p.m. Don't be sad.
L'Express des îles qu'a présenté et puis on fait qui tout petit pas ça plus petit qui ça c'est $250 pour aller vivre Martinique Guadeloupe cette les lundi et jeudi. And there's the Zen trip for $310, the Flex round trip for $380 and the new baby red pour enfants bas denandi pour $160. L'Express café aisé pour whole famille à voyager. So take a break visiter Martinique Guadeloupe cette les à sous l'Express avec c'est aussi pour carte l'Express the Express Plus card ou que tu payes un free ticket pour chaque 5 tickets ou gain ensemble et puis les autres bénéfices. L'Express des îles l'année en sama.
Are you ready now?
Big People Party, make the music take over me. By popular demand, the Big People Party Volume 2 returns. Labor Day, Saturday, April 30th, 10 p.m. Big People Party Volume 2, Barrel Gramoun at the much cooler and most talked about old school Barrel Club family Simon and Massacre. Music by the world's greatest dance band, 48 Karat Gold Swinging Stars, Mr. Mix and Prince Waddix. There's a party! He's a party! Big People Party Volume 2, Bar Gramu. Labor Day, Saturday, April 30th. Partners include Digicel, Q95 FM, the big station, Kubuli Chebe, South Mania 711 plus Super Center, Louisville, DBS Radio and more. Big People Party Bar Gramoun, Labor Day, Saturday, April 30th. Swinging Stairs, Mr. Mix and Prince Waddix. Old School Barrel Club Massacre, formerly Simon. Sakai Malalat. Mayfest. Dominica, the Marigot Development Corporation presents the 10th annual Mayfest. Friday, April 29th to Monday, May 2nd at the Fisheries Complex in Marigot. The activities begin on Friday, April 29th from 6 p.m. with the bar line. Yeah, we going back to bar. 10 bars to line in one night. Our last stop is with DJ Flip in the Fisheries. The activities continued on Saturday with the Fruiter National Trail Hike of Segment 7. Then later that evening, Beauty and Elegance will grace the stage for Miss Mayfest. On Sunday, May 1st, we're heading to Sandy Bay for the Beach Volleyball Festival. Then we're heading to the Fisheries Complex to turn it up. soca and calypso. Mix Booyah music. There's live from Trinidad and Tobago. The soca maestro. Baron, King Jack, Caressa, Soulful. All these fall by the #1 party band, the Swinging Stars. And on the Booyah side, we have Asa Banton. And the pioneers of Booyah music, the Big Bad WCK. All these powered by Club DVD, the biggest and cleanest song. And on Monday, we head into the last night bar and grill for our grand family fun day with some of Dominica's hottest DJs. May 5th, 2016 is on at the Fishes Complex in Mariport from April 29th to May 2nd. Be part of this time. Choose your day on the entire weekend. Action from Friday to Monday. I am that boy.
Hello, Dominica. I'm Ming, the leader of the band Elan Pali out of Trinidad and Tobago. And we will be performing live at the Dominica Jazz and Creole Festival on Sunday, May 15, 2016, Fort Shirley at the Cabri National Park. Dominica Jazz and Creole Festival 2016.
We are back. This is Talk on the Block. Let's go take some phone calls. Hello.
Yes, man. That's the African brother.
Yes, my brother. How are you?
Matt, hope you're not scared because I heard some names going to come up. I don't think your name going to mention.
I suspect you're looking in the mirror, aren't you? No, don't worry about those things.
Classifieds. Get more value for your money, more bang for your buck. Advertise on Q95. Get even more value when you advertise on Q Classifieds. Property for sale, lease, homes, business premises, car rentals, job vacancies, hotel and restaurant services, tours, finance and insurance services, and more. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Advertise your audio or videos, scripts, flyer information, notices, and more. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Everyone's listening. Get the word out to local, regional, and worldwide listeners in real time. Advertise on Q Classifieds, your channel for quick results. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Right on Q.
Are you ready? Yeah. Ready, yeah. The Dominica Haitian Community and headline sponsor Flow present Haitian Flag Day Celebrations 2016.
Tout haïtien, tout Dominica, j'entends de la pape l'autre Jean 18 mai. Flow en partenariat pour présenter une grosse conférence pour Haitian Flag là. Sortez de la rue.
May 18 for Flag Day Special Press Conference.
Ça pourquoi même toujours parce que cérémonie pour commencer pas oublier samedi 21 mai c'est la grosse cérémonie dans la cour Simplicity Barbershop.
Haitian Flag Day.
Bill gratis, accessible, Don Juan, Kimberly, Captain Jack, Tim Déchargé, Brix Walix, à Gambios Modu Boy.
Hold on tight, it's gonna get pretty bumpy.
Il y a un peu gros patron qui patronne gros soirée ça. Pas oublier, Koubouli, Tchebessa, Western Union, Media 7-Eleven, TBS Radio, Vice Radio.
Papa direct, tout le monde levait.
Seulement $15 seulement.
Haitian Flag Day. A presentation of Flow. This is how we flow. The Marriott
Maricot Development Corporation presents another big one. Dominica, get ready for the 10th annual Mayfest Village Bar Lime After Party. It all goes down on Friday, April 29th at the Maricot Fisheries Complex. All roads lead to Maricot for the Mayfest Village Bar Lime After Party, featuring juggling by Dominica's hottest DJ Flip the Boss. Them no in my and DJ Dez. Give me the pretty sing thing. Band time 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Admission only $5. Powered by Club DVD. Sponsored by Kupulipia, Digicel, DominicaEvents.com. Starring & Sons, Digicel Play, Fine Foods Inc., Archipelago Trading, Q95. Friday, April 29th, Mayfest Village, Bar Lime After Party. Turn up your weekend. I that. See you there. Coachy load from in Netherlands.
All right, Dominica, we are back here. Last week we heard from St. Lucia that an 11-year-old pregnant and investigations were continuing. On the line with me at this point in time, Jesse Leonce in Castro, St. Lucia. Jesse, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How is Castro?
Castra's just okay. A little bit of sun, not too much.
All right.
That's right.
Well, I guess the same in Dominica. You know, our weather don't, differ that much.
Definitely.
Now, what's the latest on this story? This 11-year-old reported pregnant.
Well, the story broke about a week, 2 weeks ago, and since then, really, there hasn't been much to report. It's been very discreet. Police officers have been very discreet in their investigations, but we are understanding that the mother, who was previously very opposed to speaking to law enforcement, going to the authorities, she's now opened up more, and she is now speaking to social services, and we understand that the police have gotten involved, and they are now speaking with her and trying to get down to the bottom of things. We also heard reports of the young man, who is believed to be 17 years old, having claimed that he was not the only one. I cannot confirm that last statement that I made. It still remains unconfirmed. So we're looking at a situation where this young lady may have been sexually abused, or what you consider statutory rape, by multiple individuals. But that too is still under investigation. But it also brings to light, we spoke to the president of the National Youth Council, Miss Louise Victor, in our country, and she was just saying, it's not something that is new. You have a lot of young people, a lot of minors who get pregnant, a lot of minors who are sexually abused, whether incest or someone else in their community, and it goes unsaid often, because there is no fruit from it. There is no impregnation, conception. So, oftentimes it goes unsaid. The family tries to cover it up. But now that this situation has escalated to what it is now, the young lady, she's actually 10 years old. She's not 11. She's 10 years old, and she's 10 years old, and she's in this situation. It's bringing up a lot of questions, questions raised to the authorities. The Minister of Health, who I understand is at present on vacation, we haven't heard from her on this situation. Other people, the police, what have you guys been doing with regard to cases of incest, with regard to cases of child sexual abuse in the country? So that is what we want to begin to look at and see where we can take it from there. We also heard of another case right now in Formagé Marigot of a 5-year-old she claimed that she was sodomized. I spoke to a neighbor who said that the 5-year-old came to her and confided in her and told her that her 17-year-old uncles, I don't know if it's a coincidence, two 17-year-olds in the whole mashup of child sexual abuse cases, her 17-year-old uncle sodomized her. And so that is being looked into by the police. I understand that on Saturday night, her mother was taken into custody along with the child and brought to the hospital for the child to be inspected. And of course, what was a little bit troubling was that we understand that it took hours before the police were able to respond. I don't know if you understand, but due to the impacts case currently in St. Lucia, where there were extrajudicial killings, the police have lost a lot of support from the United States. That's under the Leahy law. So I guess that is all added to the fact that we are low on resources, and as such, it took the police, the police who were nearby, up to 5 hours to get to the community. And I mean, 38 square miles. This is ridiculous. You know, there's so many police stations within a few miles from each other. You cannot get to this child and save this child from the family who, by the way, had indicated and quarreled with the neighbors who were bringing up the situation to the family, the mother, the grandmother, that this child was in danger. Her uncle was in the house, and she alleged that her uncle had sodomized her. She said that they went to collect some water, and he had locked her into one of the public facilities, I believe.
Wow.
Locked her in the facility and told her that he's going to do what he has to do with her and then he will give her a game on his phone. Have a play a game on his phone.
And she's 5 years old.
She is 5 years old. And this story is still evolving. We're breaking that story in St. Lucia this evening on Choice News Now. But it's still evolving. I'm making calls to find out what the police have been doing. If they have found out that the young child, as she claimed, was indeed sodomized. And another shocking, appalling situation was that the young man, the 17-year-old uncle, later admitted to the neighbors, admitted to the police that he had, but they only left with the mother and the child to bring them to the hospital to verify that. So if a young man admits to having done that, and it is verified by the young child who said, yes, my uncle sodomized me, you would think that you would not leave this accused who has admitted to a crime out on the streets. You would take him as well. You would put that guy into custody. But that was not done. And so these are all of the things, all of the angles that we are currently looking at this afternoon before we have our 8 o'clock newscast this evening.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, the stories are very similar. In Dominica, we had a very big rally, on sexual abuse. We heard reports from a pastor who's also the assistant chief welfare officer that between 2010 and 2015 there were over 900 cases. I repeat this, 900 cases of child abuse recorded in Dominica, with 80% falling under the category of child sex abuse. So, it's not only a problem in St. Lucia, it's a serious problem in Dominica as well.
At least you have the statistics to corroborate, the claims that there is a problem. You find the law to be so elusive. I called the police station to ask, about the number of suicides in a particular community where there have been a number of suicide cases, and they told me that I need to call this place and I need to call that place. There's so much bureaucracy in terms of bringing the truth to light and bringing the truth and the real situation. But if you look at the assizes, in the High Court, there's so many cases of rape on our end, so many cases of rape, and not necessarily to minors, but you have grown women. Our Prime Minister recently stated that there are 2 to 3 serial rapists in our midst. So there is reason to be concerned, but the information is not trickling down to the common man to understand that they need to be prepared. They need to keep their children in at night, So things are being flown into the air, but there is nothing conclusive for us to say, well, yes, this is a real situation.
So the Prime Minister was actually saying that there is a problem of rape in St. Lucia, but it's very quiet, very silent.
Yes. Well, he did admit that there are about 2 to 3 serial rapists in our midst. Now, if you understand what a serial rapist is, that is somebody who profiles people. He likes a particular height. He likes a particular skin color. He likes a particular mode of dress. So he's probably targeting, maybe it might be teachers, maybe it might be a certain age of school children. It's multiple to be a serial rapist. So we are dealing with a situation. A lot of times, if the cases are not solved, these individuals come and they are masked. They are, to keep themselves, they're not easily identifiable. They come, they do what they have to do, and they get out. So we do not know who these people are. So it continues as is.
You know what, Jesse, you've been doing a great job. Thank you for linking with us here at Q95. And as I said, feel free to, stay in touch and contact me whenever you need.
No problem. The pleasure is all mine. Do have a good afternoon, Matt, and to all your listeners.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. Leon's there out of Choice 39 TV in St. Lucia. See, our problems are similar in these Caribbean countries. 145, hello.
Matt, good afternoon to you.
Yes, sir.
And to your listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of us must be concerned whether we have children or we do not have children. Some of us may have nieces, some of us may have nephews. And we have to be concerned. Let Bab come out with and to stand up as a people, as a country, and of course as a nation, and condemn the serious attack on these children, because they are the future leaders of tomorrow. And when we hurt them in that way, we are destroying their lives. And for those parents who are taking hush money, money is not all. Don't sell your children. Have some pride and dignity and stand up and fight it clean. And we men, let us respect the young children. They're children. We would not want a man to abuse our daughter. Why would you as a man want to abuse or insult somebody else's daughter? We have to think of it that way. We have to wait, because we are all human beings. And we have to understand children will always be children. And be responsible and act responsible. Thank you, and God bless.
And God bless to you too. God bless to you. It's just about 13 minutes to the hour of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to come back after this.
The Marigot Development Corporation presents another big one. Dominica, get ready for the 10th annual Mayfest Village Bar Lime After Party. It all goes down on Friday, April 29th at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. All roads lead to Marigot for the Mayfest Village Bar Lime After Party, featuring juggling by Dominica's hottest DJ Flip the Boss and DJ Dez.
Give me the pretty thing.
Band time 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Admission only $5. Powered by Club DVD. Sponsored by Kupulipia, Digicel, DominicaEvents.com. Starring and Sons, Digicel Play, Fine Foods Inc., Archipelago Trading, Q95. Friday, April 29th, Mayfest Village Bar Lime After Party. Turn up your weekend.
I that.
See you there.
Coachy load from in Netherlands. With the grabbers think like Ali get up on the scheme. Today we are the weatherman.
Get ready to win cash and fantastic prizes every week with DNL Weekend Frenzy. The action starts on Fridays with a double frenzy, where 2 lucky players can each win a bonus prize of $1,000 cash. Spend $10 on Big 4 or Play 4 and receive a raffle ticket for your chance to win $1,000 cash. Plus, win on your bet. Then on Saturdays, the frenzy intensifies in a community near you with Spin to Win. Get a chance to spin the wheel for fantastic prizes like shopping vouchers, cash, bikes, kitchen appliances, jazz tickets, and lots more. 2 $1,000 cash giveaways every Friday and a chance to spin the wheel to win awesome prizes on Saturdays. All in DNL Weekend Frenzy. Only from the Dominica National Lottery.
Portsmouth, get ready to spin this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Remember to hold on to your entry forms for the week to qualify for Saturday's Spin to Win.
Q Classifieds. Get more value for your money, more bang for your buck. Advertise on Q95. Get even more value when you advertise on Q Classifieds. Property for sale, lease, homes, business premises, car rentals, job vacancies, hotel and restaurant services, tours, finance and insurance services, and more. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Advertise your audio or videos, scripts, flyer information, notices, and more. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Everyone's listening. Get the word out to local, regional, and worldwide listeners in real time. Advertise on Q Classifieds, your channel for quick results. Advertise on Q Classifieds. Right on Q.
L'Express des îles qu'a présenté oui puis on fait qui tout petit pas ça plus petit ça c'est $250 pour aller vivre dans Guadeloupe cette ici les lundis et jeudi. And there's the Zen trip for $310, the Flex round trip for $380, and the new baby red pour enfants baden andi pour $160. L'Express café aisé pour whole famille à voyager. So take a break, visiter Matni Guadeloupe cette ici à sous l'Express avec c'est aussi pour carte l'Express, the Express Plus card ou que tu payes un free ticket pour chaque 5 tickets ou gain ensemble et puis les autres bénéfices. L'Express des îles toute l'année ensemble.
The Granby Village Council alongside DJ Cell and Kubuli Chebesau present Fek Easy Door Chauffeur Volume 3 at Four Corners in Mabouche, Granby this Friday from 8 p.m. Well, the chauffeurs start to pick up speed. You only can't go this Friday. Blackout Sound, the Orchestra, and your very own homegrown Midnight Groovers. All these powered by GX Songs. Make sure you're fit and ready, cause we're taking it at Four Corners in Mabouche, Granby for Easy Door Chauffeur Volume 3. Imagine all this will be carried live on DBS Radio and Kyrie FM. Kubuli free for 10 and lots of prizes and surprises awaits you. So this Friday at Four Corners in Mabouche, Granby from 8 p.m.
Get ready to win cash and fantastic prizes every week with DNL Weekend Frenzy. The action starts on Fridays with a double frenzy, where 2 lucky players can each win a bonus prize of $1,000 cash. Spend $10 on Big 4 or Play 4 and receive a raffle ticket for your chance to win $1,000 cash. Plus, win on your bet. Then on Saturdays, the frenzy intensifies in a community near you with Spin to Win. Get a chance to spin the wheel for fantastic prizes like shopping vouchers, cash, bikes, kitchen appliances, jazz tickets, and lots more. 2 $1,000 cash giveaways every Friday and a chance to spin the wheel to win awesome prizes on Saturdays. All in DNL Weekend Frenzy, only from the Dominica National Lottery.
Portsmouth, get ready to spin this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Remember to hold on to your entry forms for the week to qualify for Saturday's Spin to Win.
Funny how a smile can hide a broken heart, and how the masking of your feelings is a secret art. Would you have seen this coming? I know she hides it well. The whole world is really under this girl's tragic spell. Thinking nothing of the glare in her big brown eyes. Little do they know they're a great disguise.
Hello.
She wakes up.
Matt, good afternoon, Matt.
To you, yes?
Matt, you know, I've been listening to your program there this afternoon with great interest, Matt, and I heard this Pastor Rodney guy spoke about a letter the pastor sent out to the Prime Minister, to the government of Dominica, Matt, and it's taking forever, or will he ever respond to that letter, Matt? This should not be rocket science, Matt. I mean, we know for a fact that since Mr. Skerritt-led administration took the reins of power, Matt, we have seen the most sexual abuse cases come forward, man. For example, sexual harassment on the job, man. You have had where government ministers have been involved in that, man. So, man, these guys are really not going to pay.
Sexual harassment on the job? Where did you get your data from?
Man, I am aware of what I'm talking about.
No, we're not talking about aware. When you speak, sir, you have to be certain of what you say, or you can get yourself and other people in a lot of problems. So when you speak about these issues, you need to be serious and factual about this, okay? And it's just a warning for you. It's not about just throwing comments out there in the air. These are serious allegations, and I want you to be very, very careful about these allegations. That's all I'm telling you, for your sake and more. Hello, talk to me. How you doing, brother?
Ask Mommy about sexual harassment and the hospital and the doctor. She will tell you.
Mommy, okay, you think Mommy has some stats on that? Well, if Mommy has the stats, don't make it be second-hand speech. Let her report that for herself. She can defend that, okay? Not always about just saying what you want to say. You have to be able to defend what you say, okay?
I'm going to tell on you now. Oh, Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see I'm scared? You're supposed to be my father. Ooh, Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see I'm scared? You're supposed to be my father. Every day away my innocence. Oh, sometimes I wanna die. It feels like no one cares for me, and it's evident that something must be wrong with me. I'm not as happy as I seem to be. The long showers I take don't wash away the memories. Why do I have to face these tragedies? We go through struggles in life, I'm aware, but to have my daddy touching me, that's just not fair. Stop him from destroying my future. Believe me, he's behaving like a creature. Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see I'm scared? You're supposed to be my father. Ooh, Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see?
We're hearing of an alleged rape case in Goodwill last weekend. Still trying to follow up on this one.
Give a listening here. Pay attention even if the man a pastor. You have to make sure before you trust him with your daughter.
We're hearing the two persons may be involved, or allegedly involved.
Dirty water, you can't hide no more. No, you have to meet your karma. If you know say it's a go on and turn a blind eye, then your judgment a go pile up out a mile high. Get suicidal if you think it a go save you, because me sure say you not go get fishy the savior. Me just can't find a name for you be
157.
It's a lucky thing we got a nosy neighbor. Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you
If you know of any alleged cases or cases of sexual abuse against minors or anybody,
I'm gonna tell on you one day.
please feel free to report.
You see, I'm scared. You're supposed to be my father. When you feel like giving up, just shake it off and live it up. The most I will deliver you. Can't jump the rope if you not try. So wipe that tears there from your eye. Get the wings of confidence to make you fly. Tribulations are just to make you stronger. Love yourself and it will help you forget over. Any flesh hurt a little youth will never prosper. I'm passing on the message from the master. Every day I wonder why my daddy had to be the one to take away my innocence. Oh, sometimes I wanna die. It feels like no one cares for me, and it's evident that something must be wrong with me. I'm not as happy as I seem to be. The long showers I take don't wash away the memories. Why do I have to face these tragedies? We go through struggles in life. I'm aware, but to have my daddy touching me, that's just not fair. Stop him from destroying my future. Believe me, he's behaving like a creature. Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see I'm scared? You're supposed to be my father.